Hello, just to show you some of the ground that I'm detecting in, and as you can see the probe is very sensitive and it's picking up the highly mineralized soil that I'm using for these tests. Also you can see on the XP dais the actual mineralization level in the bar on the right hand side, very highly mineralized soil. So the test piece I'm using is a little nugget of gold, 0.4 grams. Very small piece indeed. So as you can see, I am now ground balancing the highly mineralized soil out. And what I will do, I will place the small little piece of gold under this soil, which is about 5 inches deep, and you will hear the results. As you can see, tiny little piece of gold. As you can hear, we are getting the audio through nice and clear on this tiny little piece of gold. Brilliant result for such a tiny piece, I feel. So now I do exactly the same with the 8-inch search coil. The previous one was the 5-inch, and now the 8-inch give you better coverage through the gold fields. As you can hear, the coil's nice and stable and giving very limited feedback from this highly mineralized soil. Once again, place the gold little nugget underneath and you will hear the results. Once again, very good audio coming from that tiny little piece of gold. So now we move on to the 11-inch search coil. We'll give you even better coverage across the gold fields. As you can hear, nice and stable, and that's what you want from a machine, especially searching in mineralized ground. You want stability. Once again, we place a little gold nugget under the mineralized ground and you will hear the results. As you can hear, we get a nice audio response from that tiny piece of gold. A great result, I feel. So for this next test, I'm going to be using a 2-gram pure gold coin. Now, I will show you just with the smaller coil, because with each coil I use on this coin, I'm able to raise the coil higher and higher and still get a great audio signal. But you'll hear itself with the smaller coil, the absolute brilliant audio response I get from this coin. So now I'm going to place the pure gold coin under the mineralized soil and you'll hear the great response you'll get. Absolute cracking audio. I'm able to raise the coil further and further. So for these next tests, air tests, I will be using these pieces of gold, and the tiniest piece does not even register on microscales, as you can see. So up first is the piece of gold that I used in the highly mineralized soil. So as you can hear, we got great audio from that piece of gold we used in the highly mineralized soil. Up next is the absolutely tiniest piece of gold that don't even register on the scales, as you saw in the picture. Up close we're getting cracking audio, so this little piece of gold you would definitely find just beyond the surface layer. You can still get it there, just beyond the surface layer on mineralized ground in the goldfields. A brilliant result. So now we move on to the 11-inch coil and we'll repeat the tests. So there are gains to be had on this tiny piece of gold that don't even register on the micro scales. Not a huge amount of difference, but the bigger the coil is where you're looking for the larger pieces of gold. This test piece that we used in the soil, as you can see, there's a huge difference. It's still getting lovely audio way out there. And now we move on to the pure gold coin. So we get magnificent audio. All the way back down to there. A brilliant result. So now I'm going to show you another tiny piece of gold that don't even register on the scales. Slightly larger than the one previous, but I'm going to show you it on a highly mineralized brick. Really is highly mineralized, as you can hear by that probe sounding off. Really nasty, very hard to see through. So we ground balance the actual brick slate out, and so it's stable. Tiny piece of gold, really is thin and don't register on them scales. As you can hear, even through this horrendously bad mineralized brick, we're still able to get that tiny fragment of gold. How easy is it to set the machine up? Simply grab the toggle switch, pull it down, ground balance the machine till the audio falls silent, let go of the toggle switch, go find gold. If need be, adjust your sensitivity.